has wanted to learn that for years. And Arline patiently takes the time to make hundreds of pounds of these, and she puts them in 8 cups, 6 cups, 3 cups, sorry, in bags like this, and we sell them at our annual Sewing for Sight event. They're frozen, packaged beautifully. We can put these on the auction or your raffle after a while. My kids love them. I thank you for taking the time to teach the young people, the younger generation of our family. Teaching them the art of making the best hamburger spätzle soup, washing dishes in the hottest damn water you can ever imagine. It is sterilized, sanitized, and scalded before it ever even comes out of the bubbles. No one washes dishes in the hottest water as Arline does. We were making soup, and our Vidalia chopper, who Arline fell in love with because we had found those years ago, it broke. And I said, oh, that's too bad because it really cubes everything ever so nice. And so we were talking about that, and I said, well, we're just going to have to chop it. I need the carrot. We're just going to have to chop it by hand or with the knife. Oh, Arline said, no, you don't have to do that. I have a brand new one in my car. Who does that? Vidalia chopper in her clean car. That day we chopped all the celery, onions, and carrots for the soup with the one that she had just ready in the car. Thank you for always sharing and caring with the younger ones. Laughter. We've had great laughs tonight. The happiest people in life don't always have the best of everything, but they always make the best of everything they have. And Arline is a perfect example of that. The memories shared as we work alongside of you are endless. One of the memories shared by Katie, Jen, and Lee just on Sunday after brunch involves, I know Mary Jane was there, I think Sharon Gleisner was there, and possibly Esther Schwab. Arline has never missed a year working in the kitchen from morning until long into the night for our Sewing for Sight event, feeding many, many people a light breakfast, a noon luncheon, and a beautiful dinner. A few years ago, the young gals were conversing about breastfeeding, pregnancies, morning sickness, pumping, newborns that won't sleep. Oh, Arline chimed into her friends and says, well, what the hell do we have to complain about? All we have to worry about is healthcare, medications, and Medicare. We really must be getting old. Okay. How can we ever forget all the characters you and Stanley played during the spring fever? I heard your interview with Jim on KNUJ, and I could not help but laugh. When you talked about coming home from the Tropicana and the person that was following you and you were scared out of your wits and your boss at Tropicana said, well, don't quit your job. Just put an old hat, an old man's hat on when you're driving home and they'll never bother you again. And I thought, well, that was pretty clever. But Arline has worn many hats in those plays in St. George for many years. Not only does she help serve the meal and be in the cast, she also always is in charge of the appetizers and oftentimes drags you along to help too. Right, Margie? So the I in Arline invested in yourself, in your family, and in your friendships with your church and this Hub Club organization that honors you this evening. I, along with many others, admire and appreciate not only what you do, but who you are. When Stanley died in 2015 and sorrow overcame you and your family, you found the strength and courage to carry on, never forgetting, but moving on. And I admire that. It is most difficult indeed. You have found friendship with your card group. You have kept faithful with your church. You have kept strong with your family and your friends. You use those to become your foundation to keep on when you just didn't want to. You played an instrumental part in 2 major undertakings of our parish in our recent years, the renovation of our church pews, stripping and staining, and alongside her were my sons and several other young people that learned so much from her and Jerome. We did it in the shed up by Jerome and Alma Forst. You didn't do it, but you guided them, and you showed them with experience and updates and suggestions, never demanding. You helped considerably cleaning when we did our parish center renovation. There was always constant cleaning and destruction going on. You prepared food for all the volunteers then. You painted. Most people are able, but as said before, not very many are always willing. So we thank you. The N in Arline. She can be really naughty. Not all the time, but sometimes. And doggone it, I wish I would have known we would have had a PowerPoint, because I would have had pictures to attest to it. But you'll have to go on my own words. Because in St. George, we just have water glasses. But Arline occasionally likes to crack a beer. But she really doesn't like drinking it out of the can, because she can't add her teaspoon of sugar. So in order to find something in the church that would accommodate the ounces of a can, she would put it in our syrup pitcher. And her and my daughter Katie, not once, not twice, but quite often, would share this. So cheers to you. This last time of our sewing for sight, she didn't really want to trust herself with the glass, so she used the cottage cheese container. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. We talk about making wine, well, sometimes she doesn't share that with us. She works tirelessly alongside the parishioners during bratwurst making. Those stories I will not go into detail with. Matt and Eric had many to share, and I think you'll know what they are. The latest Catholic Aid function, or Catholic United Financial Function, Arline prepared the sauerkraut, and it was awesome as usual. However, Matt and Dave especially wouldn't let up on her, because they asked her where she got it from, what caterer she used. Can't you put any more pork in there? It's pretty skimpy. And it went on and on and on, and she loved every minute of it. When Dave looks at her and says, "Ma, you know we're just teasing," you know it's really a term of endearment. Arline, you truly just get joy just by doing. Thank you for putting up with my family.